This is Brian Anderson. Coach Stan Van Gundy, Hall of Famer Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce round out our broadcast crew for this one. The kick out to Williams. Here's Thibault. Memphis with a rebound. And when it comes to the Grizzlies, they're a team that's hungry to take that next step, Greg.
Yeah, and they've got the core to do it, B.A. You got Morant, Bane, and Jackson. They're all all-star caliber players that's still in their mid-20s. So they've got a lot of great chemistry and time to get it right. Not exactly how you want to dive into the game. Picks up his first foul right off the bat.
And that'll be Utah's ball as it goes out of bounds. Jazz able to keep possession. George, left side. To the left wing. And stolen by Hartenstein. On the wing, Bane. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. Pass to Morant. And there's the drive. Kessler with a rebound.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
Utah. First personal foul. First team foul.
Left side, Morant.
With his build and length, Kessler can just overwhelm shooters.
Pass to Williams. And stolen by Bane. And stolen by Williams. And here's Collins. Banked it in off the glass.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Oh!
Wow! Well, this is what the fans want to see. Morant showing off all of his superb athleticism.
Outside Thibault. Here's George. It's tipped. And that'll be Utah's ball as it goes out of bounds. Jazz able to keep possession. Off the inbound.
1 of 5 to start the game. They have to slow down and just play their brand of basketball.
Morant with it. Picked up by Collins. Jackson outside. From outside, off the mark.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it. Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win.
And the basket by Bane.
Well, that's Bane's go-to zone. You can't let him have a look from there.
George drives in to the inside. Thibault on the wing. Pulls it. Gets to the corner and hits it. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Memphis leading. Here's Morant. There's the drive. Oh, misses the dunk. Pass to George. Outside Thibault. Left side Williams. Here's the three. Grizzlies with the rebound. Now here's Morant. Here's Daniels. Off target from outside. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. George outside. Driving to the basket. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Jaren Jackson picks one up. The 16th pick in last year's draft. Gm28 George was thrown right into the fire his rookie season, Stan.
Yeah, down the stretch, he was basically handed the keys to the offense at the point guard position. He may take some lumps, but his talent level is evident.
Pass to Bane. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
Not settling for a jump shot. Bane right at the rim.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Grizzlies great Marc Gasol last season retiring from basketball. He embraced the city of Memphis. He said, quote, I think a player has to feel that it's their city and they have to fight for it. You play with a different mindset when you do that. To me, winning was the most important thing.
And they did a lot of winning, Allie. Thibault, that's good.
A growing aspect of George's game. He's working to become a strong facilitator.
Pass to Bane. Back to Morant. Williams with the screen. And Williams punches it home.
Well, this is where Williams gets most of his points. Rolling off the screen, ready to catch and finish.
George, no good.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
Here's Daniels. Good D by Kessler.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Kicks it to George. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Right side Thibault. Just 5 on the clock. The baseline Jay. Rebounded by Daniels.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Pass to Kennard. Jackson, the screen. For 3. The shot misses. It's a tie game in Memphis. And we've got more action coming your way after this break.
11. The Jazz. 11.
And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
Good, fast-paced play there. It's much easier to find a shot when you beat the defense back.
Kennard can't get it to go. Utah leading. Will stand since trading Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell in 2022. The Utah Jazz have done some reshaping of their roster.
Yeah, and Brian, it's clear that they're not done. The tinkering continues. They're going to continue to move pieces around until they find what they think can become a championship contending team.
Out to the right wing. Clock at 6. Jackson outside. Second chance shot. Unable to get that one. Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Collier. Williams defending. Here's Filipowski. Ooh, excellent D there from Jackson. With a bucket here, they can recapture the lead.
I like how they've hung in. Never let things get out of hand.
And he gets the bucket.
At this kind of range, it might almost be too easy for Kennard.
Outside White. And he buries his first look.
And they're trending in the right direction after a rough first quarter from the field.
Here's Topic. And the layup is good. Topic has got his first points of the night.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Here's Collier. And he slams it in one-handed.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Topic. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
What? Wait. Hey. Dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, BA, and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse, but some rebuilds take longer than others.
And now Allie LaForce has an update for us on Desmond Bane. What do you have, Allie?
I have a status report from Memphis's head athletic trainer. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound good at all. He's likely going to be out for a while. And in this crucial time of the season, any injury can have a major impact on a team. They'll have to make some immediate adjustments, guys.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Always on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Even with the advancements in strength training, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
The way Morant sets up his teammates is as good as any guard in this league.
Memphis making a switch here.
Substitution for your Grizzlies.
Here's Collier. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Collier. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
Oh, my goodness.
What a dunk. Yeah, and once Morant takes off like that, the defense has to know what's coming next.
And the Grizzlies with possession here. Jackson finds some space. And the Grizzlies get another bucket right there.
After an okay first quarter of shooting, they've really turned it up offensively. I like where they're headed right now.
Martin, left side. And he goes in for the dunk.
He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
And one thing you can say about the Memphis Grizzlies, they are disruptive defensively, Stan.
Yeah, Brian, they've been in the top 5 in the league in steals, blocks, turnovers forced over the last few years. And let's face it, they're aggressive offensively as well. This team attacks at both ends of the court.
Well, Coach, one of the more electric players in the NBA, Ja Morant.
Yeah, that's for sure, Brian. High-flying, acrobatic at the rim, just a supreme athlete, and he is without a doubt one of the most exciting players this league has to offer.
Utah grabs the miss. Outside, Williams. And stolen by Williams. Down low. And Williams punches it home.
Well, look, the defense has got to push Williams further away, or he'll do exactly that.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, John Collins is fitting nicely on the Jazz, and Coach Will Hardy said he's given us a huge lift on the offensive end. He's a tough cover, the way he's able to mix up popping and rolling. The defense can't prepare for just one thing. It makes him a dynamic threat.
Able to score on multiple levels, Allie. Thank you. Williams with it. Picked up by Collins. Memphis calls timeout. And the players take this opportunity to get some Gatorade. Getting some fluids in you is so important during these timeouts. Get fresh, keep those batteries charged.
Yeah, without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a ball game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have to be hydrated.
Jazz on D. Trailing by 4.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Here's George. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. Robert Williams picks up 1.
And there's no question George can fill it up. For him, it's about focusing on shooting good percentages.
Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship, Grant.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they have the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
Left side, Williams. Here's Collins. Tips it up. Williams grabs the board. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
Memphis shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
At the line for your Grizzlies.
First free throw is good. The Grizzlies making a switch here. It's both from the stripe. Just 4 seconds left in the second period. Throws it up high. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Memphis ahead, up by 4. And time now for the halftime break with the 3rd quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Here's Topic. Pass to Pippen. From the arc. Thibault with the board. Jazz trail by 4. Here's Williams. And he makes it on the layup.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Timeout call, Memphis. And here's Memphis now. 2-point game. Jackson surveying the D. Pass to Hartenstein. And Jackson, here we go. Good on the shot.
Yeah, the length certainly helps Jackson Jr.
Jazz trail by 4. George outside. Thibault with it. The kick out to Williams. Sinks the tray. Williams has got 5 points now in the quarter.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
Up top, Kennard. Jackson, right side. Thibault with the board. Collins outside. Outside Thibault. It's George on the wing for the lead. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Rim protection and shooting, so important. Jaren Jackson Jr. has both of those skills, Stan.
Yeah, and look, Brian, it's rare to find guys who can do both of those things. Shot blocker at the rim and stretch the defense at the other end. Guys like that are hard to come by.
He's been a defensive player of the year. Maybe we'll see him in the three-point contest one day.
Daniels using that vision.
Jazz trail by 3. Collins outside. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Kessler down low. The layup misses. Grizzlies lead by 3. Pass to Daniels. From deep. Kessler with a rebound. Collins outside. Now George. Thibault with it. Shot clock at 5. Williams from long range. Utah with another miss. Here's Daniels. Got it. And it's a 5-point Memphis lead.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Good. Filipowski's gotten his first bucket of the night. Memphis leading by 3. Kicks it out to Jackson. Takes a 3. Here's Hartenstein. Jackson outside. The 3. Buries it from 3. Jackson's got 7 points in the game.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard. And guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions, those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Right side Moran. Here's Jang. Gets it to go from 18 feet away.
That's just poor defense there. You can't give up these kind of looks from the mid-range.
Into the lane. Here's Filipowski. Pass to Collier. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Robert Williams picks up 1.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Maybe the results haven't been there in recent seasons, but the Jazz have an exciting young core, Coach.
Yeah, they do, B.A. They focused on youth, and some of those guys are developing into very good players. If this core stays in place and gels and they can add to it a little bit, watch out for this Jazz team.
Stan, you talk about a late bloomer. Kobe White has shown that he might be just that.
Well, Brian, everything has come together for him. He's improved on defense. He's improved his decision-making. He got that second contract and a bigger role, and he is playing great.
They might have the best hair in the NBA. Here's Jang. Here he goes. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Stan, certain NBA teams take on the identity of their home. Like the Grizzlies, for example. They call Memphis Grind City.
Well, Brian, I think it's a perfect fit. Hard-working people in a hard-working city. and they want a hard-working team.
Pass to Filipowski. That one goes in. Filipowski's got 4 points in the quarter.
Tossing the pass to the interior. That's what you want to do. Get into the paint.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
And they've also been in the zone with the mid-range jumper. The defense has given them space, and they haven't hesitated to rise and fire.
And the first one at the line is good. Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
Shot's good by Collier.
And since the break, both teams are increasing their intensity and really getting after it.
Yeah, and you can feel the pace picking up in the second half. Both teams have dialed up the intensity.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
They're doing some good work at the line this half.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Well, what's great about Kobe White is his commitment to raising his game. You look at him season to season, and he's always trying to do more.
From deep, Morant. Oh, Morant sinks the triple.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
And another miss by Utah. Grizzlies lead by 6. Oh, that bucket gives him his 7th field goal in 12 tries.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Outside White. From outside the arc. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. What has them in front right now? With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store. Jazz trail by 8. Pass to Hendricks. Now White. Here's Hendricks. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Grizzlies with the rebound. Morant with it. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. And it's Utah with the ball. Trailing by 8. They'll be hosting Toronto for their next one. And that's a 1-game homestand for the club. Here's Collier. That's no good. Shooting 6 for 8 now. 60 ticks off the clock here in the 4th. Here's Morant. And he can't jam it through. Jazz trail by 8. And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That'll be a 2nd foul of the game. So Utah going with an almost entire new group here.
Substitution on the court.
George scanning the floor. The kick out to Williams. Uncovered. Williams grabs the board. And so it's Morant who brings up the ball for the Grizzlies. They lead by 8. Biggest lead of the game. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. They'll pin that one on John Collins.
Well, some guards are absolutely fearless working inside. And Morant very high on that list.
And one thing that Morant has always been elite at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Graham.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of, so once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
The defenses will try to bully a guy of George's size, but he handles himself well against the foul.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. Now Morant. Pass to Daniels. Now here's Williams. George defending. Here's Jang. Three-pointer. Stolen by Kessler. Moving it up. Here's Thibault. And they pick up 2.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great. Wow. Well, just so tough to contain Morant. Even with the defender right into him, he is still able to score.
And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
The Grizzlies making a switch here.
Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Ooh, it's stolen away. Pass to Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. The rebound by the Jazz. Williams on the wing. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
Well, after a scoreless first half, he's turning things around here, looking much more aggressive.
Pass to Jackson. And Collins with the big block.
Well, Collins is a capable defender, especially when he gets the positioning he needs to block shots.
Back to George. With the drive. Oh, and Jackson with the defensive effort. Grizzlies lead by 6. Outside Morant. Morant drawing the double team. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
His third personal foul. Second team foul.
Jackson outside. 5 to shoot. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 8.
Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
George, no good.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
Here's Jackson. And count that. 2 points and a chance for 1 more at the line.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Williams from long range. They grab their own miss. Left side Thibault. Back to Kessler. Tries again. And out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. 1:24 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. And here's Morant outside. Thibault with the board. Jazz trail by 11. Here's George. And such a nice move to make that bucket possible.
And just muscling it in. George, very aggressive.
Jackson. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Personal foul. 14 foul.
He hits the first one, and that'll push the lead to double digits.
Jackson.
And so Jackson nails both of them. On offense, here's Utah. George drives in. Oh, misses the dunk. And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth.
And the clock will wind down on this one. Just a solid effort and a good win for the Grizzlies.
They had to fight for this one. With the game hanging in the balance a couple of times, they made winning plays, Grant.
It's all about having a strong mentality. What's interesting is that anytime momentum turned against them, instead of folding, they responded with their own attack.
That'll do it for this one. They've earned their 27th victory of the year tonight.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Ja Morant.
Well, we saw some exceptional passes.